Alright guys, as you know, I bought this Eachine Falcon 180 to learn from refixing everything that's wrong with this. And the reason why I did this is because I don't want to build a quadcopter right from the start. I want to learn from other people's mistakes. So I bought this that has a lot of mistakes which I can fix. So what I have learned is that once you fix all this, you can fly this with any betaflight settings. So any frame that you can properly balance, you can fly properly if they're all set up with the enough propeller lift and right motors. So I suggest that if you want to learn quadcopter, buy one that is cheap enough for you to open up and learn from it, and so that you don't have to build from the ground up. And from this I learned how to take off the motors, how to refit the motor. I learned about how to fix this FPV camera and also the VTX. This is just like a normal fixing that you do on a micro brush or brushless. And I learned how to fit a receiver onto a bigger quad like this. And I learned how to troubleshoot the flight controller because it didn't come ready for PPM. I don't know why, but maybe because the PPM port is bad or something. So I learned how to tidy everything up, how to put everything together neatly so that it doesn't get cut. And basically I learned how to put everything together and make a quad fly, and how to improve and how to fix mistakes. So the best thing for you to do is to buy a quad, a cheap one, learn from it, fix it, fly it, and so that you know what to look out for next time when you buy a new quad or build your own. So this is a good cheap way to learn how to build a quad. So I hope you guys like the rest of the video where there's I explain to you different parts, how I did it, putting them together, put on betaflight settings, on the stock betaflight settings, and also a hover test. So I hope you guys like this video, and please like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. See you next time. Hi guys, in this video I'm going to take you through what I've done with the Eachine Falcon 180. So when I bought this Eachine Falcon 180, I knew that I had to do something about it because I read a lot of forum and watched a lot of YouTube videos, and there's a lot of issues with this quad. The reason why I bought it was because I wanted to use it to get my hands dirty. So I just want to open this up and make all the adjustments, and just to get myself confident in opening up a quadcopter and learning the different parts of the quadcopter. So this also doesn't come with the camera and the VTX, so I need to learn how to install the camera and the VTX on that, and also the tube motors, which I don't like. I'm going to make it straight, and the LED lights, and I don't like. I've taken this off. So I'm going to take you through step by step what I've done and what are the issues that's involved, and hopefully you learn something from this, which I have. So the first thing that I did was I took off all the leads that were supposed to be here, the silver leads, and I just put some the foam landing legs underneath the PCB, and I think that's good enough to protect the PCB at the bottom. So that's one of the first thing that I did. So the next thing that I did was I connect the flight control board to the betaflight and see whether I could get this going, and I found that I couldn't get the PPM going, and I also had to switch the wires. The white wire was, I think, on the yellow position. I had to switch it to the third position for this one, for the connector. And I couldn't get PPM to work. PPM is on this side. And I tried to flash this to the latest betaflight, and it didn't recognize and it didn't work. Then I switched the wire over to the X-bus side, and hang on, let me see which one is X-bus. Okay, this side is PPM. I couldn't get PPM to work, so I switched it to the X-bus side, which is this side. And through my research on forums, I found that the only betaflight version that can work with X-bus is SP Racing F3 1.13. So I installed that, and it was able to recognize X-bus. So I solved that problem, and I'm not sure what these wires are for. I don't think they're necessary. I may take them off. So that's the other issues with the flight controller. So it took me a while to find this out, but at least it got me to take this out and have a look at the flight control board and try to troubleshoot this one. So the only X-bus receiver that I have is this X8R. So I'm going to use this for testing of this quad. So I don't know where I'm going to put it because it's pretty big. But anyway, I'll try it. So I also need to figure out how to put the power for the VTX and the camera. So I have this VTX here, which can run 7 to 24 volts, and also this CCD camera that runs 12 volts. So I was looking for a power source on the flight control board, and I found a hang on. So I found these two pads here, which is the 12 volts ground and 12 volts. Here. So I just use a JST connector, and then I solder them here, and I use a rubber band to put a knot here so that it doesn't move a lot, and I also use a zip tie to tie this at the back of the PCB board, and I put a bit of hot glue on there so that this one won't move, and this will help to secure this connector, and it won't rip off that easily. So that's the power for the VTX. So I'll go and get the battery and my G10 watch to test out the camera. So let me now test the camera. So what I need to do, I need just to connect the camera to the VTX, making sure that the wires are lined up properly, and then I connect this power to the USB port the JST port here, connector, and then just connect the battery. So I turn on my G10. Oops, my G10 has run out of battery, so I'll show this to you later. So I'm back with my G10 watch, so just connect this. So I'm back with my G10 watch. I'll just connect this. And here's my G10 watch. As you can see, the camera works. Alright. So okay guys, S bus is on this side. Alright, this side. Let me test this for you. Hi guys, so the next thing that I did was to remove the motor protection port from the motors, and I took the screw out from here that was for the stand, and then I fit the motors back on the frame using 2 screws. And just remember that when you put the motors on the frame, the middle part of the motors has to be lined up with the middle circle, otherwise the motor won't spin. So in the screws that I used, this one, just compare the original size screw. This one is original size. This is the one that I used. Because the original size was to screw in the motors directly, so it needs only a short length, but because you're screwing it through a frame, so you just need to double the length of the screw. Alright, so that's how I removed the protection port, and now it sits much better, and then also it's lighter. So because I don't have the S-Bus receiver ready, so I just took whatever that I have, which is X8R, so it's a bit too big, so I put it in the middle right here, and I put a bit of double-sided foam tape at the bottom, and I stick it on top of the frame, and let's just run the antenna through the back, and I use a zip tie to extend the antenna, and then tie the antenna to the zip tie so that it's more flexible. I don't put it up here because there's not enough space. So this is the receiver, so that's how I fit it. You can benefit with a smaller receiver like like the S-Pass XM receiver, which I'm going to put it on in the description. So for the camera, I put double-sided foam tape on the ring here so that I can lock in the camera lens to this ring, and then I connect the wires at the back here to the servo connector here. That's connected to the servo connector to the VTX. The VTX is run between 7 to 12 volts, so this will supply power to the camera, and the two servo connector I use heat shrink to connect them together. And from the VTX, it has this JST power connector, so I just solder on the JST connector onto the board, which supplies 12 volts, and I connect them together like this. I didn't cut the wires because I'm not sure whether I want to keep this on this frame, so that's why I keep the wires. So to make the wires tidy, I just tie a zip tie here, and to make the VTX antenna attached to the frame, I use a zip tie here. I don't seem to be able to connect to properly stick this VTX on the frame, so it keeps coming off, but that's fine. And for the battery, I just put the rough part of the Velcro on here, and put the battery strap over that, and then with the battery, just stick it on top of that, and that, strap it like that, and just connect it like that. And then because all these are too tight, I need to make sure that the XT60 is not cut by the props, so I use rubber bands to pull this away from the props, and also zip tie them so that they're real tight together. So I make sure that everything is neatly put away so that they're not cut by the propellers. So that's how it looks after the final build.